The movie opens with a happy couple, Paige and Leo, coming out of a movie theater. The snow is falling heavily. Paige and Leo admire the beauty of the pattern with which the snow covers the road and the cars parked by the roadside. Leo kisses her on the forehead, and they both head to where Leo's car is parked. Paige gets into the car while Leo wipes the snow off the screen before getting in. Leo gets in the car and Paige tells him that she could not feel her hands. Leo grabs her hands and blows air on it with a kiss, after which he starts the car and drives off. Leo puts on the car radio. A song is playing and Leo tries to sing along. Laughing, Paige accuses Leo of hating that particular song and asks him to put it off, but Leo makes a joke about it with a facial expression, and Paige laughs hard as he tickles her. The car then comes to a halt at a red traffic light. While waiting, Paige tells Leo that she has a theory which states that a girl is sure to get pregnant if she does have sex in a car. Leo is surprised. Paige removes her seatbelt and leans over to kiss Leo. Just at that moment, a salt truck, also trying to stop for the light but could not due to the snow and the truck's speed, hits Leo's car from the back, making the car leap forward and hit an electric pole. Paige crashes through the windshield and halfway into the bonnet. Leo and Paige are both rushed to the emergency room. In a voiceover by Leo, he talks about having a theory also which describes moments of impact. Leo says that sometimes moments of impact contribute to helping us find who we really are. The movie cuts back to 4 years ago when Leo and Paige first meet. Leo, standing in line at a licensing station, sees Paige ahead. Paige finishes with the cashier and starts leaving. Leo sets his gaze at her, smiling at her. Paige, noticing Leo, looks back at him and smiles back. Leo describes that moment as one of his all-time favorites. Paige gets to her car and is about to open the door when she remembers that she forgot something. Turning back, she sees Leo running towards her with a permit slip she forgot. Leo sees a tag of the School of the Art Institute of Chicago on her car and asks if she works there, but Paige tells him that she is a student there. Paige and Leo introduce themselves. Leo then tells Paige that they both share the same residential permit parking zone, which Paige finds funny and laughs about. Leo then invites Paige out for a drink and Paige accepts. They both share a drink and some drinks and good after that, till they get very close indeed. Leo is finally back to life, but the same is not for Paige. Paige is placed into an induced coma due to the traumatic brain injury she had during the accident. The movie cuts back to Paige and Leo having dinner with Leo's friends Jim, Josh, Sonia and Kyle, Sonia's boyfriend. Paige offers the guys some fruits she bought at the market, and the guys are truly happy, giving signs amongst themselves that Paige is definitely the one for Leo. Leo bakes a cake and inscribes the words "Move In" on it and place it in front of Paige. Paige reads it and is happy about therefore responding positively to Leo's request. The couple decides to get married. On the wedding day, Paige alongside Leo and their close friends break into the Art Institute of Chicago and get married. After saying their vows, they were spotted by security and pursued out of the institute. After running for a while, Paige and Leo stop under the cloud gate and share a long and intimate kiss. Back to the present day. Some days later, Paige regains consciousness from her long sleep. Leo and the doctor are standing in the room at the time. Paige opens her eyes and sees the two of them. Leo greets her, smiling with lots of happiness written all over him. The doctor tries to explain how Paige got to the hospital. Paige, thinking that Leo is her doctor, then asks Leo if any other person was involved in the accident. Leo is surprised and asks Paige if she knows who he is, and Paige replies by saying he is her doctor. Leo then tells Paige that he is her husband, but Paige is finding it hard to believe. Leo feels bad and walks out of the room. The doctor follows him and explains that the kind of accident Paige has sometimes causes memory loss. Leo informs his friends about Paige's condition. Josh sees it as an opportunity for them both to start all over with a clean slate. Sonia calmed Leo down and assured him that Paige will definitely remember everything she has forgotten because they are her family. Leo goes back to the hospital and gets to Paige's room only to find out that she is no longer there. Leo asks the nurse at the desk and he informs him that Paige has been moved to a VIP room. The nurse directs him to the room, and getting there, Leo meets Bill and Rita Thornton, Paige's parents, for the first time. Bill and Rita do not appreciate Leo taking their daughter and not informing them of her condition. Paige could not fathom why Leo has not met her parents since he said he is her husband. Paige is even more surprised that Leo himself does not know either. The doctor tells them all that Paige will recover faster if she settles into her normal routine as before. Bill and Rita then tell the doctor that they are taking Paige home with them, which is where she belongs, but Leo tries to convince them that Paige's normal routine, as stated by the doctor, is her life with him, which is why he should take her back to their place. After a few minutes, Paige stops her parents and Leo from all the bickering. The doctor asks them to all go home. The next day, Leo is back and is having lunch with Paige. Paige asks Leo about not meeting her parents, and Leo explains that she told him that she had an argument with her father about her life choices. Paige wanted to be an artist, but her father insisted on her staying in law school, which is why she left home and moved out of town. Paige tells Leo that she only remembers being in law school and engaged to her previous fiancé named Jeremy. Paige's parents insisted on taking her home with them, and she agrees, thinking she probably married Leo based on some kind of mutual arrangements. As Paige and her parents are about to leave the hospital, Leo comes running to play Paige a voice recording. Paige listens to it and hears herself sound very happy and in love. At that moment, Paige decides to go with Leo with the hopes that it will help her regain her lost memory. Paige is welcomed home with a surprise party organized by Lo and friends. Seeing everyone hugging and crying and laughing but unable to remember any of their faces turns overwhelming for her and is completely confused, which makes Leo end the party sooner than expected. The next morning, Paige tries moving around to have a feel of the environment. She enters their usual cafe to order. The sales personnel asks if she would like her usual and she agrees. Getting back outside, she could not find her way back. Not knowing Leo's number, she calls her mother to come pick her up. Rita then invites Paige and Leo to dinner that evening at Paige's parents'. At dinner, Leo seems to be way out of their league, and the same thing happened at the bar they go to after dinner. Leo keeps doing everything he could to help Paige in recovering her memory, but Paige seems to be more interested in why she left law school and broke her engagement to Jeremy. This curiosity of hers leads her to Jeremy's office to ask why they broke up, and after their discussion, she kisses Jeremy. At Paige's medical checkup, the doctor advises her to fill the holes in her memory rather than her being afraid of her past. Paige's sister, Gwen, is getting married soon, and Paige decides to stay with her parents until the wedding. Leo asks Paige out on a date, and she spends a night with him. Their relationship experiences more issues when Bill tries to persuade Leo to divorce his daughter. Jeremy also did not help matters because Leo had to punch him when he talked about getting a chance to get in bed with Paige. Paige goes back to law school, and Leo eventually signs the divorce papers. One day, at a convenience store, Paige meets an old friend of hers, Diane, who apologizes to Paige for having had an affair with her father. Diane is not aware of Paige's accident and condition. Hearing this brings back to Paige the main reason for which she had left her family in the first place. Paige confronts her mother about the affair, and Rita explains to Paige that she decided to stay with Bill for all the right things he had done instead of leaving him for just one wrong act of his. Paige asks Leo why he did not tell her about her father, and Leo replies that he did not want to break her away from her family again. Back at law school, Paige attends a class. As the class is ongoing, Paige starts sketching, thereby remembering why she left law school at the time. Once again, Paige leaves law school. Despite her father's doubt and reservations about quitting law school, Paige reassures him that she will always be his beloved daughter come what may. Paige pursues her interest in art once again. She returns to her sculpting and drawing. Even though Jeremy confesses to Paige that he broke up his current relationship in hopes of getting back with her, Paige turns him down, telling him that she wants to see what life would be if he was not in her life. As time evolves, Leo talks more about his philosophy about moments of impact. Leo describes it as a moment whose potential for change has ripple effects that is far beyond what anyone can predict. Sometimes, it can send particles crashing together, thereby making them closer than before. At the same time, it can send others to spin off into great adventures, which might land them where they never thought they would find themselves. One fateful day, Paige finds the menu card on which she had written her wedding vows back then in her room. Paige is greatly moved. Paige goes back to the Mnemonic Cafe, which is their regular cafe, where she finds Leo. Paige suggests to Leo that they go back to their backup restaurant that she knew because Paige had asked her friend about her relationship with Leo. Leo then suggests that they should try out a new place, which either of them have been to. Paige agrees to his suggestion, and as they both walk away from the scene, the movie ends. This was such a disgustingly romantic movie and made me feel single AF. What did you guys think of this one?
Subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on notifications and leave a like. It really helps the channel.